Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from. Day 4 of the President's Cup here on BC Sports TV from the Ladner Leisure Center. Yep, that's right. We're back after just being away for 12 hours. We were here late last night. Ladner taking on Allegany. Allegheny sitting at 4-0. Ladner coming in with a 2-1 record. This is their double day, so it's a big day for the Pioneers, and that win last night was a big one as well. Don't forget, if you want to get interactive with us, he's at Ferratino, I'm at Teddy Jenner. If you want to have even more fun, hang out with the boys over at CoolBet and embrace the unexpected, the official sportsbook of the 2024 President's Cup. Check out the upcoming games for the Prezi at CoolBet.com. Dive into the action today with the best odds in lacrosse. Remember, gambling can be addictive, so at CoolBet we always say stay cool, bet responsibly.
Well, I was going to fill in the line for you there.
No, you give me the odds.
Let me scroll here until we find it. I'm a little bit shambles this morning, as people might be able to see.
No, they can tell. They can't see it. They can't see your shambleness.
Thank goodness. I had it up in front of me, and now it's gone. So would love to be able to tell.
Way to go, Tina. We'll get it for you. We'll pause for the anthems, give you scratches and lineups when we come back here on BC Sports. Anthem. I always forget the train comes through after O Canada. Let's get you scratches for today. for Allegany. Craig Seneca will get the rest, as will Liam Keane, Kobe Whitcomb, Austin Maybe, and Justin Gill. And it will be Chase Martin starting, 9.0 goals against and a .804 save percentage. It will be Christian Delbianco in the pipes for Ladner, 5.7 goals against and a .869 save percentage. Zach Boychuk will sit, as will Jacob Doucette, Dylan Lacroix, Patrick Corbett, Dan McDermott, Keaton Kozak, Mitch Winter, and Mark Yingling. Your officials: Marcus Fisher, Mark Smith, and Jason Sirtuck. And Herbie John will be in the penalty box in case we need him. Big day here for the Pios. As mentioned, this is their double dip day. So they'll play first game and last game. And by the end of today, everybody except Snake Island will have played 5 games. Snake Island will play 2 on the final day of round robin tomorrow. And underway we go, Tino. Big day for everybody. Here's Benesh, didn't play last night. First shot off a body. That hit Rudy George. Benesh will backtrack. Give it off to Mitch Jones. Got to be some sore bodies on this Ladner team after last night's back and forth battle with Six Nations.
Yeah, that was a physical affair, and I mean, you already touched on it right off the top, but the importance of this game and this day for Ladner cannot possibly be overstated here, with their second game of the day going against Victoria, this one going up against the undefeated Allegheny Arrows. So, of course, all the big guns are going to be playing for this matchup.
Yeah. Games at both ends of the spectrum. There's an outside shot from Hayden Dixon. They'll play the 4-0 Allegheny Arrows, and they'll play the 0-4 Victoria Shamrocks. And had a chance to chat with some of the Shamrocks last night, and they're really thriving in this experience and enjoying every moment of it, but it's a big eye-opener for them. Now, here comes Chris Kluche. Into the corner, Kettle. He'll come around the Becker screen. Take the shot right on target, save Delbianco. Had to be careful with that loose ball. Then he'll float it up towards center. Running onto it is Travis Irving. And it'll be picked up nicely there by Frank Brown. Slow numbers here for the Arrows. Atwood. Shot. Oh, a nice left glove save by Delbianco. Loose ball, Barker. Now Mitch Jones.
And Delbianco, I mean, had maybe a bit of a shaky start to his standards to the game last night, but really settled in. And I mean, Jake made the comment how he allowed 5 in the first period, probably not going to happen again. And that proved to stand the test of time, as you know, he was relatively lights out the rest of the way through.
Gave up 2 the rest of the way. Thornberg will give it to Kluche. Kluche rocking the baby yellows. Inside feed, Amos Whitcomb. Oh, we put it off the junction. Had Delbianco dancing, and Whitcomb and Delbs have a little chuckle. I think Delbs saying, "You had me." It's Cody Adamson. Didn't play the second game, but in the 2 games he has played, has done quite nicely. Out of the DN, playing some transition. Tyler Pace late in the shot clock. Driving, spins back. Adamson, got to get a shot off, tucks it, spins it, shoots it. Oh, and a nice save there from Chase Martin.
I've liked Cody Adamson a lot in this tournament. He's been mostly going out the back gate. I think typically he'd consider himself more of an offensive guy, but with the power that this Pioneers team has out the front gate, he's been a guy that's forced to go out the back, and he's looked good even in transition for this team.
Chris Atwood sitting on 10 goals. Now Lane Smith with a heavy shot. That was knocked down nicely by the stick of Nick Jensen. And now here's Kettle. A couple late bodies coming on. It'll be Atwood and Amos Whitcomb working here on the near side. Atwood to Lane Smith. Kluche. Watched by Jensen. Diagonal feed. Oh, he tried to find Atwood open on the backside, and that almost caught Marcus Fisher on an askew ball. And then a nice kick save from Delbianco on the outside shot.
The Arrows are getting a guy lost on top of the crease pretty often here in the early stages. They're getting behind the defenders.
Yeah, again, it's only been 12 hours since Ladner last played, so just trying to work out some tired legs. Shake out the sleepy cobwebs. Benesh finds the loose ball, gives to James Ray. Mitch Jones, shot. And a nice save there by Chase Martin.
And Mitch Jones had himself a night last night, got the game MVP, and was probably the biggest factor outside of Christian Del Bianco for the reason that Ladner was able to mount their comeback and ultimately leave the arena successful.
Had 5 goals in the win last night. Kluche trying to swim past his man. Good defense here by Ladner. And then the pass goes off the end boards and right to Del Bianco. Up top, Nate Clare. Sorry, Sam Clare. Here's a little water bug, Jason Jones. Pace, now Mitch Jones to brother Jason. Comes around the seal, skips it into the corner, Ryan Keith. Mitch Jones, oh, bouncer, far side, didn't miss by much. And then Pace will throw it to the corner. Mitch Jones got to get a shot off. Oh, he tried to far low corner again, and they're going to say Chase Martin just got a piece of it.
That's a close one for Jonesy.
Bromley, who's been exceptional in this tournament. Hayden Dixon takes a chop from Frank Brown. Gets met by a heavy cross check. Ball loose, good battle for it. And now it's going to be, I think that's Geddes will find it. Now Frank Brown will pick it up. Allegany got to get across the timeline. They throw it away. Atwood, and they're going to be 8-second call.
Wrestling match going on near center as Henare dumped his man. But, I mean, you guys were talking a lot about Spencer Bromley last night and the role he plays on this team, kind of an energetic guy, does a little bit of everything. You saw it on full display last night, had a couple of goals, timely goals at that.
Ganesh to Ray. Back to Mitch Jones, and he couldn't find the handle. Now running are the Arrows. Going to have numbers here, 2-on-1. Thornberry and Lane Smith. Smith, shot, score, short side, Cheese. Give the big man 9 in this tournament. And that's a great two-way transition goal from the Arrows.
And apologies here as well. Some tech issues going on that we're hoping to solve in the intermission, so our replay abilities are a little limited right now. But, I mean, Ladner kind of got what they deserved on that play. There was a shot coming after their reset. They got an opportunity here by grinding for a loose ball, but when the shot went wide, 3 of their players just kind of stood there and watched it go the other way in transition, and it turned into kind of an unnecessary 2-on-1. It didn't need to shape up like that. But top corner goes Lane Smith, and his hot stick continues to get even hotter.
Well, I think the Pioneers really realize the importance of these games today as they hope to make it into the semifinals starting on Friday. Pass doesn't connect with Becker. Loose ball picked up there by the Pioneers. And a heavy cross check on Davidson. Nice job there by Janice backtracking.
Well, somersault action.
That was actually good execution from Davidson. I would not have been able to do that this early in the morning. Up top, Amos Whitcomb. Jab set, backhand flip, can't connect with Janice. Now the Pioneers are going to try and run quickly up ahead. Barker couldn't handle the pass. Now to Mitch Jones.
Man, did he have a snipe last night, Owen Barker. Late in the game, too, a huge goal.
It was. Mitch Jones. Dixon, no low shot, missed wide, goes up into the roof. And it'll be early and often here for the Pioneers in the attacking mode. Sitting at 2-1. I think the magic number for teams to get into the semis will probably be 4. 3-3 will probably be one of the bubble teams. Here's Kluche. Shot saved Del Bianco. That one was a tricky release. Quickly up ahead. Adamson. He'll run to space, take a chop on the backside, and give it to Jason Jones. He'll work the near side with Bromley. Inside feed James Ray. Ray working his way in, one hand. Oh, and a nice shot. Rebound to Keith. Oh, and a kick save of the beauty from Chase Martin.
My, oh my, James Ray, the big man with hands.
And he was going toe-to-toe with Rory Smith last night all game. His body has to be hurt. Bromley. Jason Jones working hard to get him open. Bromley, time and room, shot. Oh, he hit the crossbar. Good look for Bromley, but it stays 1-0.
And Bromley's one of those guys as well where his hands are almost always in a shooting position on his stick. Even when he's cradling, he's looking for a passing lane, it doesn't matter. He's just always prepared for a shot.
Jason Jones, Ryan Keith, now far side Tyler Pace. Keith sets a big seal. Pace skips it. Bromley, Ray, reverse scoop, and another nice save by Chase Martin.
James Ray's now had 2 shots in this game. Neither
look out.
have been facing forward.
Big hit, his body's come onto the floor, now running. Henare. And doesn't have numbers, so he'll backtrack and leave it for Ryan Benesh. Benesh to Pace, shot wide. Hit Sauertuck, the official, and it bounced fortuitously to Frank Brown. Brown tried to find Janice cutting through the middle. It'll go to Del Bianco. Up ahead, Jones on the break. Mitch Jones scores! Mitchapalooza is running wild here at the President's Cup. And we're starting to see him play a little two-way game for Jonesy, and that was a heck of a snipe.
Yeah, no surprise there from Mitch Jones. He's a guy who started out his NLL career going out the back gate. And what I like about this play from him is, I mean, he's beelining it all the way up the floor and doesn't even look back towards Christian Del Bianco until he's over the center line. He knows that he's going to get the ball sent his way. He knows that he has to get a full head of steam to clear some of the forecheckers. And when you have as good of a passer as Del Bianco is in between the pipes, just go to an area and he will find you, and that was exactly what happened. All Mitch Jones had to do from that point was pick his spot in the net, and he has one of the most lethal shots in the league.
Yeah, it's just such a snappy release. You never really know where it's going. He had the penalty shot last night. The first of the tournament was able to put it short side under the glove. He can pick all 4 corners from the same release, and that's a good lesson for all you youngsters out there. Be able to change your angle of attack from the same look. Now here's Lane Smith, shot, put it wide, rebound, oh, what a save! Del Bianco. Oh, and a nice little field hockey pass up the floor by Delbs.
What sport are we playing here?
I don't know, golf? Jones, shot, oh, try the quick release, and Martin didn't quite know where it was, got to be careful.
And just to be clear, you're talking about ball golf, correct? Just want to make sure.
Real golf team. Not this disc golf stuff that takes you 90 minutes to play 18 holes. Here's Chris Atwood. Shot, oh, that one had eyes. Rebound, oh, another, rebound, oh, another one, and another one, oh, they score! Frantic in front of Del Bianco's crease.
Yeah, I mean, what are you supposed to do at that point when every rebound is a ricochet that falls right to an area where there's an Allegany player? What was that? They had 3 or 4 chances before Kettle finally got one and threw it into an open net. And Del Bianco was moving well on that one to boot. Like, he's going side to side 3 or 4 times until finally the last one, there's just more net room than what he's able to take up. And the Arrows continue their strong start.
They lead it 2-1. Halfway through this period, we'll get a goalie water timeout the next whistle. Here's Bromley. And it will be Nate Kettle will get credit for that one. His first of the tournament. Here's Pace late in the third. You got to get a shot off. And he'll just take the lane, take the shot, and he scores! Great awareness from Pace as the Arrows D just kind of relaxed for a bit late in the 30, and Tyler Pace doesn't need much time to get to the front of the net, and he buries that one past Martin to tie things up.
And something out of nothing, right? Like you made mention, the shot clock's about to expire. Pace is kind of on his wrong side, but he sells his defender on, just a reset shot. Like he's about to float it, just that little bit of a jab fake, finds room to cut through with no defenders there to help, and then he just finds the top corner there as well. And I mean, we're seeing a motivated Tyler Pace after last night. Like, he had his points through the opening 2 games of the tournament, but just 1 goal going into last night's game. He had a big one towards the later stages and now has one in the first period here as well. He's a guy that this Pioneers team, like, they need him if they're going to have continued success. They have so many big guns, but if those big guns can't find the back of the net, then, you know, they're not really producing to the degree that you need them to. And Tyler Pace, you know, since the second half of the game last night, I think he's looked like a different player than what we've seen in the first 2 games.
Yeah, a little fire lit under him. He's got 3 goals now to go along with 13 assists. And just, you know, he is one of the premier distributors in our game, and I think they'd like him to get a few more goals. But if you're going to have reverse Cy Young numbers like Pace, I think they'll be happy if he continues to put up the helpers. Quick look at the schedule today. Coming up at 2 o'clock, it'll be Six Nations against Standing Buffalo, followed by Snake Island and Edmonton, and the Pioneers will play their second game against the Victoria Shamrocks at 8 p.m. 2-2, 8:58 remaining here in the opening period. Game 1, day 4. Pace, Bromley, time and room. He'll shoot, and that hit a body in front. And picking it up on the far side will be Sherman Williams, the painter.
The painter?
Sherman Williams is a paint store.
Got there. We got there.
I don't think he is actually a painter.
I thought you had some insight, maybe.
Here's Kettle. Oh, a tricky little bounce shot, goes wide. Didn't make it on target, 8 in the shot clock. Amos Whitcomb spins, twist, shot. Trying to go far side in Del Bianco, and that's a nice save from CDB. And then a little kick up the floor. Anything and everything to get it out of your own zone, I guess. But Thormer will find it for the Arrows. This is an early, fast-paced game here on day 4.
Yeah, the Pioneers certainly don't look worse for wear after that rough and tumble matchup versus Six Nations last night. Looked pretty good.
Kluche, shot, Del Bianco, makes the save. Gonna look deep, long pass, and a good job by Atwood to backtrack. And that ball bouncing near Del Bianco. Just getting a quick text. Mike from St. Louis liked the Sherman Williams line.
I did not like it. It just took me a minute. It was a good line. A lot of credit.
Here's James Ray. Benesh takes a chop. Now he has it in the corner. Vacate by Mitch Jones. Falls down. Gets up. Shot there by Benesh. Loose ball. And Martin able to cover it.
And speaking of big guns, Ryan Benesh is a guy that the Pioneers would really like to get going here. He's a guy that has filled the net with so much consistency over his career. And if they can get a little more action from him, they'd be in pretty good shape.
Here's Lane Smith, had the opening goal. Amos Whitcomb trying to drive underneath. Good defense there from Owen Barker. Del Bianco will fish it from his crease, and he's going to throw it deep, and that'll hit one of the rafters here in the low ceiling of the LLC.
Yeah, and he's frustrated after that one as well.
Becker couldn't handle the pass. It was a little 3-on-2 on a quick restart. Claire up ahead. Dixon. Oh, what a save by Martin. Barker couldn't handle it. And then Claire will find that loose ball and settle the offense here for the Pios.
That's just an unbelievable save. He's falling backwards, but keeps his arms straight across the crossbar, taking up so much room. What an effort.
Ray late man gives it to Bromley. Pace cuts through. Benesh sends the screen. And now a quick shot there from Jason Jones. Ball pops free. Jones knocks his man down. And nice job there. Able to get it up ahead to Frank Brown.
Arrows bench wanted a call there as they had a defender go down. Official shaking his head the whole way.
Kettle on his wrong side. Now Atwood. Trying to get underneath Rittinger. Wheels back inside. Kluche. And then a good play there. And he wanted a call. None coming. Now 2-on-1. Rittinger and Claire Rittinger, shot, scores! And again, I think Chase Martin thought Rittinger was going to pass it to Claire, kind of got caught in no man's land. And Rittinger with his first of the tournament gives the Pios their first lead of the game.
Yeah, and late in the period as well, I think Ladner's kind of gotten better as this period has got along here. I think a lot of people probably expected them to have maybe a little bit, I don't know if rusty is the right word, but a slower start.
And quickly comes James Ray. Loses his footing, trying to keep possession, but hounded by two Arrows defenders. And now Kluche got to get it across the timeline. He's able to sprint past Owen Barker. Kluche won't force the situation, give it off to Janice as we go under 5 minutes of play in the first. Whitcomb to Kluche. Back to Amos Whitcomb. Shot through a screen, missed, rebound. Oh, what a glove save, Del Bianco. Backhander went wide. Loose ball up ahead, Jensen. Del Bianco. What are we doing, man? You're just unbelievable.
That's a cheat code.
And now what are we going to get? Illegal substitution. And I think it's going to be on the Arrows, and Allegheny coaching staff not too pleased, so the Ladner power play will get their first opportunity here tonight.
And Kluche is hot after that one as well. Got the finger point going at the official at center. I think he's still frustrated after that non-call down in the corner a couple moments ago, and then Ladner gets a power play just about a minute or so later. But you got to keep your head here. You can't get too lost in a 3-3 game, or excuse me, 3-2 game late in the first period. Team needs you here.
Benesh fakes it, gives to Jones, shoots, and he scores. Simple power play from the Pioneers. Jones has his second, and it's a 2-goal game.
And I really like the shot selection of Mitch Jones and the way he goes about it as well. You see some guys that are kind of cradling the whole way, and you can kind of see in their body language, likely where they're going to shoot. Mitch Jones is a guy where his stick position doesn't really change until the ball is about to come out of his stick. He almost looks like his body is stationary, but he can still put it in any corner. He can put it through you. It doesn't really matter.
Thornberry wins the draw right down the middle, and the shot goes wide. And again, lessons for all you young kids. Make it hard for the goaltender to know where you're going to shoot. Mix up your angle of attack. Mix up where you're shooting. And always keep them guessing. And Jones is one of the best at that. Nice quick attempt there from Ray. Up ahead, Jensen. Cradling with the Woody. Lollipop candy striping on that shaft. Late man is Becker. To Kluche. Gets a pick there from Lane Smith. Kluche around the top. Turns the corner. Flips it inside. Whitcomb driving and diving. And that one missed. Kluche with the rebound, and they'll say Whitcomb in the crease. And again, Del Bianco just policing the situation in his crease. Numbers here for Ladner. Jones. Pace. Benesh. Shot turned aside by Martin. And a good job there by Adamson to track that loose ball down. He'll go for a change. Pace being hounded by Sturos. We'll give it off to James Ray. Jones inside to Pace. And he couldn't find the one-timer.
Man, Pace wanted that early. He was going downhill, stick in position the whole time, right off of that screen that he originally set for James Ray. If that hits him a little earlier, I think it's different.
Bromley to Jones. Numbers here. Pace. Shot. Oh, glove save and a beauty from Chase Martin.
Man, oh man. We have seen some 5-alarm saves here in the first period of game 1. There's still 3 games left today.
Here's Chase Fraser. Haven't called his name much in the opening 17 minutes. That quick shot will go awry, and this one will be over and back. And a little adversity here for the Arrows early on, showing some signs of frustration, a little unsettledness. Sure, we're expecting this pace from Ladner so quick Jason Jones around the top to James Ray. Inside Benesh. Oh my! What a cheeky one-timer from Benny.
It is so unfortunate that we are having the tech issues right now and cannot show you the replay on this. I mean, it's a one-timer. It is probably the definition of a one-timer in lacrosse, so much so that the ball flew out of his stick faster than it came in. And by the end of the release, he has one hand on his stick. You know, it's almost like that top hand was just a placeholder just to, you know, not even just receive the pass, just kind of get a feel of the ball a little bit, and then it just gets catapulted forward. That is an unbelievable goal from the veteran Ryan Benesh.
Szabo wins the drop. Now here come the Piles again, trying to build on this 3-goal lead. Bromley. Now Tyler Pace on the far side to Benesh, quick shot. And that one didn't miss by much, but it'll be over and back on the Arrows. Kurt Stiers, president and GM of the Thunderbirds, in attendance here. Taking some notes, doing some scouting. Maybe have some conversations with Benesh as this tournament goes along to see if he wants to come back for another year of pro lacrosse with the Thunderbirds. Up ahead, Barker. Oh, a little miscommunication there. And Elb's got to get this one up the floor quickly, and they got it to Claire. Here's Barker. He'll go for a change. Late man on is James Ray. 10 on the shot clock. Jones to Ray. Shot, shoulder save, loose ball. Jones will have it for a fresh 30, 90 seconds to go here in the period. Jason Jones spins back. Benesh fakes it, takes it. Rebound. It'll fall to Ryan Keith, new 30. Not as big of a Pioneer support group here tonight for the early morning game, but a good contingent nonetheless.
They'll be back tonight, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Benesh inside, Keith. Shot, save, loose ball. Nice job by Jones to get the fresh 30.
Tired defenders here.
Third consecutive possession here for Ladner. Benesh and Jones working. Pace now. Keith. Benesh couldn't handle the pass. Ball will fall to Chase Martin. Now the Arrows want to go 2 for 1 here. Up ahead, Williams. And looks like they will hold on for possession here. Fraser with a purple head this time. Backhand flip, Whitcomb through a screen, didn't make it on target. Will pop free, bodies colliding. Loose ball picked up by the Piles. They're running 2-on-1. Jake Carey on his wrong side. Shot, save Martin, loose ball. And they'll call Hanare for reaching into the crease as the period winds down. Kluche got to get up the floor. We'll shoot a long bounce or that one will go wide. And that's the way the first period will end. Allegany got the first one. Piles battled back, and then they just kind of turned the taps on. And they get 2 from Mitch Jones to lead the way. Shots 25-13 for the Piles. They lead at 5-2. Tino Ferret, Teddy Jenner, BC Sports TV. You're listening to the 2024 President's Cup from Ladner.
Know your limits. CoolBet helps you control your gaming experience. Stay cool. Bet responsibly.
Interference in the middle. Durston tucks it, shoots, it scores! 1-goal game, what a start. Bucci, score! Power play goal. Smith, inside feet, Bucci, heavy cross check. Oh, he scores! Perfect!
Evans, muscle to the outside, flip pass finds Dixon, backhanded shot, and he scores! Loaded up on the highlight reel for Curtis Dixon, and they will. Taylor out of the box through the middle on a breakaway, floats it over top and scores.
Out of Tavares from Xavier Taylor. Inside Whitlow, drives, dives. Oh, what a goal! Wesley Whitlow put it on the highlight reel.
Oh, Dubinsky. Replay that, Tino.
Tyler Pate behind the net. Dunk! What a setup! What a play!
It's a 2-on-1. Evans backhand feed over to Dixon, scores!
Nice game against Ladner. Nice little flipper right there. And Berglock.
Jones to Pace. Scores! Great off-ball work. And a shot and a goal from Bromley. And Ladner.
Here's Farrell. Lachlan. Pass off. Boyd to the crease. There's Wade. And you don't want to leave that youngster alone.
We've had great fans. It's really motivating for our guys.
We want to put on a good product on the floor for the fans that are going to come here and spend their hard-earned money.
And as Martel slips it 5-hole. And his ball again down the middle. How did he hang on to that? Scores! Keegan Ball!
It's what they did in that room that turned the season around. I don't think we make that run without the support of the fans.
Here's Sean Beatties! And he scores!
What does it mean to be Canadian? It's toughness. It's grit. You know who bears the red and white. You know the history. You know the storylines, and you know its weight. I've been there. I know what it takes. It's preparation for domination. It's the brotherhood so you could. It's long nights and longer days. That separates the good from the greats. This is Canada.
That's fresh.
Embrace the unexpected. Cool Bet.
Interference in the middle. Durston tucks it, shoots it, scores! 1 goal game, what a start. Rushi, score! Power play goal. Smith, inside feed, Bucci, heavy cross check. Oh, he scores! Perfect!
Evans, muscle to the outside, flip pass finds Dixon, backhanded shot and he scores! Loaded up on the highlight reel for Curtis Dixon, and they will. Taylor out of the box through the middle on a breakaway, floats it over top and scores.
Out of Tavares from Xavier Taylor. Inside Whitlow, drives, dives. Oh, what a goal! Wesley Whitlow put it on the highlight reel.
Oh, Dubinsky. Replay that, Tino.
Tyler Pate behind the net. Dunk! What a setup! What a play!
It's a 2-on-1. Evans backhand feed over to Dixon, scores!
Nice game against Ladner. Nice little flipper right there. And Berglock.
Jones to Pace. Scores! Great off-ball work. And a shot and a goal from Bromley. And Ladner.
Here's Farrell. Lachlan. Pass off. Boyd to the crease. There's Wade. And you don't want to leave that youngster alone.
Know your limits. Coolbet helps you control your gaming experience. Stay cool. Bet responsibly.
There we go. Extreme Threads, the official uniform supplier for the WLA and teams around the world. Your one-stop shop for customized team or company apparel, embroidery, screen printing, sublimated uniforms, and more. If you want your people to look the best, check them out, extremethreads.ca. 5-2 after 20 between Ladner and Allegany. Tino Farah, Teddy Jenner, thanks for tuning in here. What is it, Wednesday? It's Wednesday. Morning.
I had that thought last night when I was leaving the arena of where am I? What day is it? Who am I?
I am the RIC. All right, to the dot we go. Thornberry, Zabo. And we're underway here in the second period from the LLC. And it'll fall to Kettle right in front of the bench. And Zabo holding his left arm heading off, or his right arm heading off the floor. Whitcomb backhand feed. Fraser couldn't beat Del Bianco, who, after giving up the first couple, has been outstanding here in between the pipes for the Pioneers.
Yeah, making the saves they need him to, and the ones that he has no business making. Sounds about right for Del Bianco.
And let's not sell Chase Martin short. He's made 20 saves on 25 shots, been under heavy duress here early on. Pace. Shot by Mitch Jones goes wide. This will be over and back call. And And Del Bianco will kick it to the corner. We've seen a lot of kicks already today.
A couple field goals.
Here comes Chris Kluche. Being worked over there by Rittinger. Diagonal feed to Atwood, too high. Del Bianco will find it. He'll go halfway up the floor to Rittinger. Slow numbers here. Dixon, Jones, save Martin, rebounding. Hayden Dixon couldn't handle it, but he's able to pick it up loose and get a fresh 30.
Jones on hat trick watch here early. That glorious chance, too.
Here's Tyler Pace. Thought about it. Won't release it. Tried to skip it to Jason Jones. It'll fall to Mitch Jones with 10 on the shot clock. Jones to Pace. Pivot, shoots, save Martin. That was another big save as Pace is now going to get a penalty here. And I believe that's going to be for Chick and Rudy George while he was in the crease trying to play the ball. And now it'll be Allegany with their first power play.
And I just want to get this in right in off the bat here as well. I know we mentioned in the first period, no replays available for this game, unfortunately. We're looking to get it fixed post this game. But, of course, anybody watching on the YouTube channel can scroll backwards if you want to see some of those highlight reel goals again.
Kluche! What a shot! Took 10 seconds on the power play. He gets his tournament-leading 12th. And that didn't take long as Barker was manned on the, anchored on the low crease, took away far side, but Kluche whipped it short side corner past Del Bianco. And that's a big goal here for the Arrows to start the second.
And what did you call him after his buzzer beater game winner a couple days ago? Chris Clutch Kluche?
I sure did. Well, when you score with .9 left in the best game of the tournament, and your last name lends itself to good monikers, and he has earned that over the course of his career. Of course, everyone remember the performance he had in the NCAA tournament. There's a shot by Ray, goes wide, loose ball will bounce towards the Pioneers bench. Handled there nicely by Nathan Henare. And now with 10 seconds on the shot clock, backdoor feed to Jason Jones. And now with 5 on the shot clock, Jason Jones spins to the middle, takes the shot, save Chase Martin. And then this is going to be a penalty, and I think it's going to be Becker. And it will be. And the Piles will go to their second extra man opportunity.
And, you know, Becker doesn't like the call. He's discussing it the entire way to the penalty box. Charging is the official call that they give him. And an opportunity now for Ladner to answer back here after giving up that last goal to Chris Kluche. Their power play was pretty good last night. Played a part in their successful closing out of day number 3.
Pace and Jones play 1-2. Backhand flip, Ray. He'll come around the pace pick, takes the shot off the left shoulder of Chase Martin. Reset the 30. Mitch Jones will work off the Benesh pick. Pace to Benesh. Pass was just outside his reach. 20 on the shot clock. Still plenty of time here for Ladner. Jones to Pace. They play 1-2. Skip feed. Dixon couldn't handle it off the end boards to go up into the netting. They had Ray kind of floating in the middle of that power play opportunity just to kind of confuse the Allegheny defense. And now Brown with it as the Arrows look to kill some time. Appreciate you tuning in wherever you're watching from. Let us know where you're watching from. People in Allegheny might be tuned in here as that shot shorthanded goes awry. And under a minute to go here in the power play for Nate Jensen, the Pioneers.
Let us know where you're watching from. I love when people get interactive on the stream, sending us messages.
At Ferratino, at Teddy Jenner. Pace to Ray. Double seal here for Benesh. Can't pull the trigger. Pace tucks it. Works inside. Oh, short side. Cheeky goal from Tyler Pace. He's got a pair, and the Pios are 2 for 2 with the man advantage.
And might have just caught Chase Martin leaning a little bit. I think the high percentage shot is obviously far side, and you can kind of see him just leaning over that way, predicting that shot from Tyler Pace, who is such a smart player. He's one of those guys who, one of his biggest assets is his lacrosse IQ and his vision on the floor, and kind of realizing that goaltender might be just leaning ever so slightly opens up that short side a little bit more and stuffing it home from in tight.
That's someone watching in their car on their lunch break.
Ooh.
Smart.
What are we having for lunch?
Water for me, Tino. Got a job to do here. Might go find myself a sub after this one. I wanted a time feed in for Ryan Keith and Chase Martin. Able to get it across to make the save.
Tough to transition from submarine sandwich talk into a potential goal call.
Oh, it would have been perfect. He shot a sub shot. Here's Kettle. And good defense there by Rittinger to work Kettle off possession. Now loose ball, Adamson. And Kettle got mixed up with Rittinger behind the play. Officials letting him play on. And now striding up the floor, Rudy George. Lane Smith off the bench, shot from his wrong side, shoulder save Del Bianco. Rittinger has Hanari up the floor. Slow numbers here for Ladner, 4-on-2. Pace, shot, shoulder save Martin. 5 minutes gone here in the second period. Shots 31-17 in favor of Ladner, and they don't look like a team that played late last night. Kluche will skip it. Atwood gets a pick from Whitcomb. Now Kettle. Shot. Oh, that one had eyes for the far side. But a nice stick save from Del Bianco. Loose ball. Nate Clare had it knocked out of his stick, and a fresh 30 here coming for the Arrows.
And Chase Fraser not happy with the officials there as well. He's just kind of sitting there after getting pulled down, being like, how did I end up here, sir?
Fraser working with Barker, or working over by Barker. Kluche shot. Oh, he tried to bring it low to high on the elevator, but Del Bianco got the left shoulder on it. Whitcomb, reverse scoop, falls to Brown, or to Smith, and he scores. Maybe one of my favorite players in this tournament is Lane Smith. The big fella's got a nice set of mitts, and he was able to find that rebound off the Whitcomb attempt, and then just outweights Del Bianco. And it's a 2-goal game.
And what a nightmare for a two-man side when you have the big bodies of Lane Smith and Chris Kluche. I mean, we saw Smith in their game yesterday with that frustration drive where he just puts his head down, clears space, but then he also has the hands to be an option in the middle if you can feed him. And you saw right there how when he gets on top of the crease, he can throw fake after fake after fake and fool even one of the best goaltenders in the world.
Mitch Jones got called for a little interference off the face-off, and then good up-floor pressure. Too many men? No. Benesh breakaway off the crossbar. And lucky there, the officials didn't call him for too many men, but play continues. Jones. Adamson will head off. Benesh and Jones working on the far side. Backhand flip to Benesh, and out of his reach. And now what are we going to get? There's Benesh and Leo Sturos. And Benesh was definitely not a accepting combatant. And Leo Sturos infuriated.
And pointing right at Owen Barker, too, who came in to help out his veteran teammate.
Sturos having some words with some Pioneer fans behind the net. As Mitch Jones has some words for Sturos as he big smile coming off the floor. And see what the officials are going to call here. As this game has found a bit of bite to it.
And they're still kind of jawing at each other between the benches, or they were for a moment. Sturos just absolutely rips the bucket off of Ryan Benesh, who, I mean, safe to say, he's certainly not a fighter, but, I mean, he'll stand up for himself.
And it's just going to be minors each way, 2 for the rough. And they'll play 4-on-4. And I think the Pioneers bench might have been asking for a face mask or maybe something extra for Sturos, but none coming, so we'll play 4 aside for 2 minutes. Pace will work the near side with James Ray. Bounces through the middle. Skip pass over to Mitch Jones, who will work with Jason Jones. Ray rolls inside, one hand on the stick. Oh, good attempt there. And loose ball will be picked up by the Arrows. They're going to try and run here. Slow break, 3-on-2. 4-on-2. Kluche, stutter step, tripped up. No call. Atwood, shot. Low side bouncer doesn't connect. This will fall for Barker. He's got a man up ahead. Barker will take it his own. Owen Barker, dip and dunk. Rebound, Irving scores! They got an unlikely goal from Barker last night. And this one might even be more unlikely from Travis Irving. And now Atwood is going to get a penalty afterwards, and it'll stay here with Ladner. And Atwood gets 2 for unsportsmanlike, and Irving had a little point to the Arrows bench as he came off the floor.
Yeah, and I think that goes back, excuse me, to the Leo Sturos penalty as well a little bit as he's going to the penalty box, has a point back to some of the Ladner faithful behind the net. Irving follows up with a point to the bench, and so crucial now for the Arrows. I mean, I talked about it in the first period with Kluche, how much he was kind of jawing at the official. You can't lose your head here. Down 3 goals, still plenty of lacrosse available still to play in this game, and clearly some frustration from the Allegany side of things. But you can't come unglued. You know, you had a strong showing from your goaltender. You've had strong-looking moments in this game, and you've had come-from-behind victories in this tournament. Right? You got to get back to what's working or what has worked for you to this point, and try to get some momentum back on your side.
We're just going to run the clock down 5 seconds as it hadn't started. So now they'll now clear out for Jones to Pace, shot, and he'll step in the crease. Just some confusion here. As Benesh and Sturos still exchanging words in the penalty box. And I think it's Sturos doing most of the yapping. Shot from Smith, saved Del Bianco.
There's just so much going on right now. The official screaming for a reset. 2 players between the penalty boxes screaming at each other.
Hidden ball trick. Jones has it. 1-2 with Pace. Backhand flip to Dixon. Bromley sets a pick for Mitch Jones one time. Dixon, and he couldn't find the far side. It'll bounce for Bromley late in the shot clock. Mitch Jones, shot from a tough angle. That was just a reset shot. And Bromley, as he often does, finds that loose ball. Pace, 5-hole! Hat trick for Pace. 3 for 3 on the power play for the Pioneers, and they lead by 3.
You know, what do we say about a motivated Tyler Pace, right? He's a guy that they need to fill the back of the net. Of course, he's a facilitator as well. He can feed the rock, but when he's going, he's doing a little bit of everything. And now he's got 3 goals in this game, 4 goals if you go back to their game last night. And he's feeling it now and fired up after that goal to boot. So a fired up Tyler Pace is a dangerous thing for opposing teams to take on.
Good to see Zabo back out there taking the draw for the Pioneers, but he loses that one to Jay Thornberry. So 4-on-4 for 5 more seconds. Sturos and Benesh will come out of the box. And Benesh will go right into the defensive zone. Sturos will head off the floor. Kettle tries to dunk. Penalty coming as Becker's on a man down. And I'm not sure who Becker's battling with there. And Becker still fired up. This game got testy quick as Rittinger just throws the stick of Becker, and none of the officials saw it. And Rittinger's gonna have to come to the penalty box.
I think he's going for the stick throw.
I don't know. We'll see. Where'd that stick end up?
Delbs had it. Good guy, Christian Del Bianco, gives it back to the Arrows.
Always the policeman on the floor is Delbs. So, two officials will talk this over. This game's kind of ground to a halt here. So, Becker's going to get 2 for hold, 2 for rough, and Rittinger will get 2 for rough. We'll have to bring the in-home over.
I think they gave him an unsportsmanlike as well. I think I saw that from the Rittinger side.
4 for Becker, 2 for Rittinger. The in-home, Geddes will come over and serve the extra 2. And it'll be Pioneers' possession. I'm not sure why Jason Jones just coming over talking with, missed some bit of confusion here.
The official in the penalty box with Rittinger was kind of giving the shoe, the get away from here gesture to Jones.
So it'll be Pioneers ball on the power play where they're 3 for 3 so far tonight, and that's been the big difference in this game, Tino.
Yeah, and taking advantage of the chances that are presented to them, right? Like the physical play is ramping up, it's getting chippy, but if the Arrows are just going to continue to, make this parade to the penalty box, I mean, look who's on the floor right now for Ladner. Of course, if you keep giving them looks like this, they're going to start to take advantage. James Ray, Hayden Dixon, Tyler Pace, Mitch Jones, and Spencer Bromley. I mean, give the ball to any of those guys, and they're going to make you pay with one less player on the floor.
Shout out to Jim Else, tuning in here at lunchtime at the Victoria Used Car Center. Here comes the power play for the Pioneers. Pace and Jones play 1-2. Drag play. Pace. Mitch Jones wanted the one more. Now we'll give it to Ray. He'll shoot, try to go top corner. Nice save there, Chase Martin. Running is Frank Brown. Up ahead. Fraser, bounce shot turned aside by Del Bianco.
Oh, and Fraser's frustrated after that. That was the best look he's had all game. Best chance the Arrows have had in a little while here.
That'd have been a short-handed marker, and it would have been a big one. Fraser now takes a couple chops, quick release off the end boards, and he'll find his own loose ball. Give it up to Kluche. Long outside shot from Kluche, up into the netting and out of play. Nearing the halfway marker of this contest. Game 1, day 4. 3 more games to follow. Unbelievably, 7 games only remaining in the round robin. Pace takes a chop. Ray wasn't expecting the pass, but collects it off the sideboards, gives it to Mitch Jones. Backhand flip Bromley, 8 on the shot clock. Pace fakes it, one more. Dixon, oh, he had Martin off the pipe, but Martin was able to get a shoulder on it. Now loose ball picked up by Williams. He runs right towards his bench and craftily rolls it to Atwood out the front door. Lane Smith takes a couple chops. Keep possession alive here, runs into Irving. Couple chops there from Jensen as well. And the fullback, Lane Smith, just bodying bodies on the far side. And the ball will pop free. And a shot clock violation and a water break for the goaltenders. 8-4 is the score for the Pioneers as they look to get another win here on their record.
That might have been a 6-second long whistle by the officials. Just in case you didn't hear it, the whistle is going.
Ladner won their first game 16-8 over Standing Buffalo. Then they lost 6-3 to Edmonton. And then a 12-7 win in their third game. And Allegany 7-6, 7-6 wins over Edmonton and Snake Island on day one. And then they win the game of the tournament 12-11 over Six Nations as we talk about that Chris Kluche goal with .9 remaining. And then a comfortable win yesterday over Standing Buffalo 20-9 where they kind of let off the gas in the third period.
And I'm really intrigued by, the mindset of the Pioneers coming into this game, right? Like they played the late game last night. It was such a physical one. There was lots of chippiness. Guys were taking some heavy slashes and stuff like that. And then coming into this one, I would argue they actually look better in this game than they did last night. This is probably the best Ladner has looked. And, they have a game essentially 12 hours after they played last night, and they got another one later tonight as well.
Yeah, quick turnaround here for the Pioneers, basically playing 3 games in 14 or 26 hours. Shot by Jones, turned aside by Martin. Nice job with the loose ball from Benesh. And we're back to 5 aside. Becker and Rittinger still in the box. They'll have to wait for a full whistle stoppage. Ray to Pace. Around a double screen. Mitch Jones surveying, finds Benesh. Heavy slide coming from Rudy George. Check that. That's Geddes. Shot clock expiring. Shot Benesh. Handled there by Chase Martin.
Yeah, and Benesh and Storos back on the floor at the same time for the first time since they took those offsetting penalties a little while ago.
Here's Nathan Kettle. Working on Hanare. Late man is Kluche. Kettle will give it right back. Kettle, shot through a screen, took a deflection. Bounce off the sideboards. And now the Pioneers can run onto this one. They got Jake Carey up ahead. Carey on the breakaway. Shot scores! Nice 5-hole finish from Jake Carey in transition. And now it's a 5-goal lead, biggest of the game for Ladner.
And an incredibly well-deserving goal for Jake Carey as well. He starts this play off by, a nice stick on hands, a good stick check on the defensive side of center to take away the opportunity for the Arrows to grab the loose ball, right? If he doesn't get there in time, they keep possession, they get a reset, and then you have some tired defenders. But he gets sticks on hands and just kind of lifts the stick of the forechecker. Doesn't pick up the ball himself. After that, he just goes. And then the man across the floor finds him, and he's able to do the rest as he closes the gap.
Thornberry wins the draw. Frank Brown brings it across center. Kettle to Atwood. Gets it right back. Shot. Oh, that caught a piece of the shoulder of Del Bianco. Up and out of play. Fresh 30 here for the Arrows. Fraser to Whitcomb. Oh, an inside feed to Fraser. Oh, and a little cheeky floater far side. Del Bianco makes the save. Kettle battling in the corner with Adamson. And Adamson just uses his size to box out Kettle.
That is a heavy defender to go up against in Cody Adamson.
Nick Jensen will go bench side. And now throw it back near side to Ryan Keith. Jones to Benesh. 10 on the shot clock. Keith into the corner, James Ray. Mitch Jones. 5 on the shot clock. Backhand feed to Ryan Keith, and I think Martin got a toe on it. Good feed from Jonesy to the big fella in the middle. Fresh 30 now. Benesh. Oh, a pass picked off. And can Williams outleg Ray? Williams, shot. Glove saving a beauty from Del Bianco, but it'll fall to Chris Atwood. Janice shot, missed. And a bit of a rush shot there for the Arrows as Atwood slowly makes his way off the floor.
And James Ray's got to be exhausted after that one, but it looks like he's going to stay and play another shift. Oh, now he'll head off.
And that shot, a quick release from Manesh, and Ray just wants to get off the floor, and he had to track down that loose ball. Pace. Bromley shot, glove save Martin. And it is day 4, so there'll definitely be some tired bodies here today. Numbers here. Whitcomb, shot. Del Bianco got a piece with the stick. 3-on-2 running. Adamson has Jake Carey, who gets it. Carey tried to go far side, and that's a nice save from Chase Martin with 6 minutes to play.
Yeah, and I mean, if the Arrows can't find a way to come back in this game, when they go back and watch film, I think one of the big things they're going to be looking at is how much they've missed the net here. They've got their looks, but at a certain point, you kind of just have to bear down.
Kluche tried to go far side corner, missed the target. Adamson up ahead. And there's a heavy shot from Jones. He's got a hat trick and then gives an extra shot for good measure. And it's starting to turn testy as a punch there from Ryan Keith to the helmet of Sturos. And Mitch Jones starting to ask Xavier Taylor he wants to dance here on a Wednesday.
And this Arrows team, I mean, they've kind of looked like they've just been coming unglued, really going back to the first period. Like, how many conversations were they having with officials every time they're going back for a change? It doesn't matter if it's defense or offense. Like, it seems like they're running into a hot Pioneers team that has found their stride after another win last night. And the Arrows haven't really faced adversity like this to this point in the tournament. They've had such a good run, and we'll likely continue that run as we progress through the days here, but the chippiness just continues to roll through from this team.
Yeah, it's not often a team will go undefeated through the round robin because this tournament is such a grind, so dropping a game here isn't the worst thing for the Arrows. They're still the top team in this tournament. But still lots of lacrosse left to play here today and through tomorrow. Zabo will win the draw. Give it off to Pace and head off the floor. Here's Benesh. Double clutch, gives it off to Pace. And Bromley holding his left shoulder will head off the floor. Late man, Jason Jones, shot, deflected. Loose ball in the corner to Benesh. Late in the shot clock, tough angle, doesn't make it on target. Oh, they're gonna say it. Deflected off the helmet of Chase Martin. So a fresh 30, and we'll go all the way back to Del Bianco. Rittinger will have it.
Look out here in the middle of the floor, too.
Darius Anderson and Jason Jones sparring. Pace. Benesh, toe drag, works inside. Oh, I went off the right shoulder of Martin. Fresh 30 coming. In alone. Jones scores! And that's Mitch Jones in a big celebration. Jason Jones goes right through the goaltender, and Mitch Jones is fired up.
Yeah, his brother was, getting roughed up in the middle of the floor, and Jones took a couple extra shots. Mitch Jones, that is, took a couple shots himself. And he's continuing to draw the whole way with Tristan Jensen onto the bench. It's not too often you see Mitch Jones that fired up for a goal in an 11-4 game, the 11th goal that is. But a couple extra words there for the Arrows. Maybe standing up for his brother there as well.
If you thought last night's game was reaching a boiling point that never really boiled over, this one is starting to feel that way as the Arrows will start in the power play as Jason Jones heads to the box. Atwood will set it up. Get off to Kluche. Double clutch shot, misses short side, loose ball. Fraser caused some interference. Atwood Smith, misses. Atwood. One time with the backhand to Fraser, and that one doesn't connect. Can Atwood keep this onside? He can't, but he'll have to chase this one down for the whistle. And Atwood will make his way off the floor.
And again, that's two good looks for Allegany. One from Lane Smith, one from Chase Fraser, and both of them off the mark.
Shout out to Dustin Todd in Edmonton taking in this contest. Says he hasn't missed a game yet in the tournament. And good to see Bromley back out there banging and crashing as he always does. Benesh through a screen, hit a body. Xavier Taylor going to run onto this one. Got a man behind him, Xavier Taylor. Scores! Great effort from Xavier Taylor. He's had a nice little tournament. And this will be a power play marker in the unconventional sense.
I can't believe he even got the shot off with Hayden Dixon on his back the whole way. Kind of saved the trail check until he did get a little bit closer to the crease, but he made good contact with the stick, and somehow Xavier Taylor kept the handle, loaded a shot, and fired. That's an unbelievable effort for Taylor, who had a strong showing in their game yesterday as well. A few looks in transition, showing off his hands. That one's just a strong effort play and a well-deserved goal. Oh, and Zabo's shaking up here again.
And the Arrows don't like the fact that this is going to be blown dead. So they had numbers up the floor, but Zabo going to get some help off the floor from the trainer. I think that's Brittany Hawkins. And Zabo unhappy going down the tunnel.
It looked like last time he was grabbing at his shoulder. This time, I mean, when he was down, he kind of had his hands at his face. So I don't know if he's taking a couple shots while he's down there or if he's just nursing an injury, but certainly shaken up to say the least.
Here come the Arrows. Kettle to Atwood. Works off a Fraser screen. Whitcomb in the middle, and he was open but couldn't handle it. And then a penalty coming here to Kluche as he gave Jensen a rough ride to the floor. 6-on-5 here as Del Bianco makes his way to the bench. Bromley with it. Now James Ray. 6-on-5 here. Pace. Surveys. Ray. Shot. Took a deflection. Loose ball. Be grabbed there by Kluche, and he'll have to head off to the penalty box. 2 minutes on the cross check. 6-goal game. 3 minutes left in the second.
Thought he was actually going to take another one there as he was discussing the entire way with a couple officials again, but it just kind of falls into that same script, right? If you're going to keep giving this Pioneers opportunities on the power play, then, I mean, they're kind of going to run up the score here. And in a tournament where goals matter.
And that's kind of what we talked about all tournament. If teams are going to continue to take liberties and continue to go to the penalty box, the best way to hurt them is to make them pay on the power play, because if you don't, they're just going to keep taking those extra penalties. Pace shot, save Martin, loose ball. Handled there by Frank Brown. He's going to run. Quickly up ahead out of the box is Fraser. Fraser shot, scores! Short-handed from Chase Fraser.
Yeah, and he's a guy they need to get going as well. He's been one of the guys that's had some looks, just hasn't quite been able to dial the shot on target, but he outmuscles Christian Del Bianco. I mean, he's a guy with such a sneaky release. Like, you've made mention of it on this broadcast a few times as well, as, you know, he kind of shoots maybe in situations where people wouldn't really suspect a shot, and he shoots mid-stride when goaltenders aren't necessarily set yet. That's one that you could see coming from a while. You know, like he wanted to shoot. He was loading that up with a defender kind of in no man's land, shoots through him, goes through Del Bianco as well, and just over the goal line.
Barker wins the draw, so the power play go to work here. 120 on the minor. Pace to Ray, now Benesh. Ray will drag behind the net. Dunk shot from Dixon, and well read there by Chase Martin. Up comes Williams. We'll give it off to Fraser, who has the latest marker, shorthanded for the Arrows. Under 2 minutes in the period. In the corners, Becker. Watch there by Irving. One hand flip. All the way back to Atwood. 8 on the shot clock. Inside feed doesn't connect with Fraser. Loose ball. Who's going to come up with it? Ladner just keeps it loose. And the shot clock will expire. 35 remaining on the minor to Kluche. Canaria will give it to Mitch Jones. He'll take the shooter spot and hold on to it. Pace. Ray, 1-2. Jones to Benesh, 1-2. Keith banging and crashing in the middle. Pace gets it back, drags. Inside to Keith, shot, kick saving a beauty. Rebound to Ray, fresh 30, Benesh. And Kluche will step out of the box and slowly make the way into the defensive zone. Back to 5 aside. Mitch Jones, backhand feed to Pace, doesn't connect. Keith battling for this loose ball against Kluche. 10 on the shot clock. Finds Mitch Jones from a tough angle. Nice save there by Martin's got Kluche up ahead. They want to force it. They got numbers up ahead. Bounce pass to Atwood. One more Kluche. Dives. Short side. Scores! Out of the box into the back of the net for Chris Kluche. He's got his second. And it's a 4-goal game with 34 and change remaining.
And that's about as good of a way as anybody could right a wrong from a moment ago when Chris Kluche took that penalty, comes out of the box, just sort of floating. I mean, he goes back for a defensive shift, but sort of floating as the high guy. He knows he has the freshest legs on the floor at the moment. He's going to have the opportunity to break and turn into an odd man rush. And then the footwork to avoid the crease there, so impressive for a big man.
Thornberry wins the draw. Quick timeout called by Billy D. Smith on the Arrows bench. And with only a 1.1 second differential between game and shot clock, Allegany should be able to hold for last possession here. And getting a goal late here to make it a 3-goal game would be huge for the Arrows.
They're certainly not out of it by any means, but I mean, they got to stay out of the box, right? And they got to take advantage of their chances. I mean, you look at the shot differential here in terms of shots on goal, 53 to 28, but if we were able to keep track of, attempted shots, I'd be willing to believe that it's probably a lot closer. And like I said before, that's something that the Arrows are certainly going to discuss when they go into their dressing room for the intermission. They're going to talk about that. They're going to talk about, playing 5-on-5 lacrosse, not giving that extra shot, not letting the emotions get the better of you. But an opportunity now to cut the lead down to 3 for the first time in quite some time. This looked like it was getting out of hand as the Pioneers were just pouring it on. But now we'll see some 6-on-5 action in favor of the Arrows with some momentum on their side.
Kluche, Smith, Becker, Atwood, Fraser, Whitcomb. And so the Arrows will hold for a late shot here. Becker banging and crashing in the middle. Atwood top center. They're extending out to Fraser a little bit. Here we go, under 10. Atwood to Kluche. Seal for Fraser. Shot, save, rebound. Oh, another great save. One more, they score. But I think they're going to say man in the crease. And now what's the call? I think it's a penalty on Irving. It is, but
might have saved a goal.
Yes, but I don't know if they're using that rule here in the CLA, because the man that was in the crease was forced into the crease by the defenseman. The goal went in, so technically, if the offensive player was pushed into the crease by a defender and a goal is scored, it should be a good goal. But they're going to say no goal, and with 2.9 remaining, one late opportunity here for the Arrows. Kluche behind the net. Oh, they wanted the dunk attempt, and it won't go. And the period will end, but the Arrows will start with the man advantage, down 4. 11-7's your score. Shots heavily favoring Ladner, 53-29. You might want to go get a quick break. Come back for the third period action. Tino Farah, Teddy Jenner, BC Sports TV, in the 2024 President's Cup.
Know your limits. CoolBet helps you control your gaming experience. Stay cool. Bet responsibly.
Interference in the middle. Durston tucks it, shoots, it scores! 1 goal game, what a start. Rucci, score! Power play goal. Smith, inside feet, Fuji, heavy cross check. Oh, he scores! Perfect!
Evans, muscle to the outside, flip pass finds Dixon, backhanded shot, and he scores! Loaded up on the highlight reel for Curtis Dixon, and they will. Taylor out of the box through the middle on a breakaway, floats it over top and scores.
Out of Tavares from Xavier Taylor, inside Whitlow, drives, dives, oh what a goal! Leslie Whitlow, put it on the highlight reel.
Oh, Dubinsky. Replay that, Tino.
Tyler Pate, behind the net, dunk, what a setup, what a play!
It's a 2-on-1, Evans backhand feed over to Dixon, scores!
Had a nice game against Ladner. I saw a flipper right there. And Bergloff.
Jones to Pace, scores! Great off-ball work. And a shot and a goal from Bromley. And Ladner.
Here's Farrell. Lachlan. Pass off. Boyd to the crease. There's Wade. And you don't want to leave that youngster alone.
We've had great fans. It's been really motivating for our guys.
We want to put on a good product on the floor for the fans that are going to come here and spend their hard-earned money.
And as Martel slips it 5-hole. And his ball again down the middle. How did he hang on to that? Scores! Keegan Ball!
It's what they did in that room that turned the season around. I don't think we make that run with all the support of the fans.
Here's Sean Beatties! And he scores!
What does it mean to be Canadian? It's toughness. It's grit. You know who bears the red and white. You know the history. You know the storylines. And you know its weight. I've been there. I know what it takes. It's preparation for domination. It's the brotherhood so you could. It's long nights and longer days. That separates the good from the greats. This is Canada.
That's fresh.
Embrace the unexpected. CoolBet.
Interference in the middle. Durston tucks it, shoots, it scores! 1 goal game, what a start. Rucci, score! Power play goal. Smith, inside feet, Fuji, heavy cross check. Oh, he scores! Perfect!
Evans, muscle to the outside, flip pass finds Dixon, backhanded shot, and he scores! Loaded up on the highlight reel for Curtis Dixon, and they will. Taylor out of the box through the middle on a breakaway, floats it over top and scores.
Out of Tavares from Xavier Taylor, inside Whitlow, drives, dives, oh what a goal! Wesley Whitlow, put it on the highlight reel.
Oh, Dubinsky. Replay that, Tino.
Tyler Pate, behind the net, dunk, what a setup, what a play!
It's a 2-on-1, Evans backhand feed over to Dixon, scores!
Nice game against Ladner. Nice little flipper right there. And Berglock.
Jones to Pace, scores! Great off-ball work. And a shot and a goal from Bromley. And Ladner.
Here's Farrell. Lachlan. Pass off. Boyd to the crease. There's Wade. And you don't want to leave that youngster alone.
Know your limits. CoolBet helps you control your gaming experience. Stay cool. Bet responsibly. Know your limits. CoolBet helps you control your gaming experience. Stay cool. Bet responsibly.
Interference in the middle. Durston tucks it, shoots, it scores! 1 goal game, what a start. Rushi, score! Power play goal. Smith, inside feed, Bougie, heavy cross check. Oh, he scores! Clip it!
Evans, muscle to the outside, flip pass finds Dixon, backhanded shot, and he scores! Loaded up on the highlight reel for Curtis Dixon, and they will. Taylor out of the box through the middle on a breakaway, floats it over top and scores.
Out of Tavares from Xavier Taylor, inside Whitlow, drives, dives, oh what a goal! Wesley Whitlow, put it on the highlight reel.
Oh, Dubinsky. Replay that, Tino.
Tyler Pate, behind the net, dunk, what a setup, what a play!
It's a 2-on-1, Evans backhand feed over to Dixon, scores!
Nice game against Ladner. Nice little flipper right there. And Berglock.
Jones to Pace, scores! Great off-ball work. And a shot and a goal from Bromley. And Ladner.
Here's Farrell. Lachlan. Pass off. Boyd to the crease. There's Wade. And you don't want to leave that youngster alone.
We've had great fans. It's been really motivating for our guys.
We want to put on a good product on the floor for the fans that are going to come here and spend their hard-earned money.
And as Martel slips it 5-hole. And his ball again down the middle. How did he hang on to that? Scores! Keegan Ball!
It's what they did in that room that turned the season around. I don't think we make that run without the support of the fans.
Here's Sean Beatties! And he scores!
What does it mean to be Canadian? It's toughness. It's grit. You know who bears the red and white. You know the history. You know the storylines. And you know its weight. I've been there. I know what it takes. It's preparation for domination.
Embrace the unexpected at the President's Cup and with the folks at CoolBet, the official sportsbook of the 2024 President's Cup. Check out all the upcoming games for this tournament at coolbet.com and dive into the action today with the best odds in lacrosse. Gambling can be addictive, so at CoolBet we always say,
Stay cool, bet responsibly.
So the Arrows will start with a power play, trailing by 4, as they look to improve to 5-0. And Thornberry wins the draw and whips it right back into the stick of Williams. And Kettle will carry it into the far corner and start this power play. Kluche, bounce pass to Fraser. Time and room, shot blocked. That was a good soak by Henare. Now running Jake Carey 2-on-1. Carey with Henare. Jake Carey tried to go 5-hole, and Martin had to be close with that one.
Jake Carey has sneakily been one of the best players for Ladner over the past, game and a half here, going back to last night. He's looked great in transition.
Here's Chris Atwood. Plays 1-2 with Fraser. Kluche, shot, missed, rebound right to Adamson. And he's being hounded there by Chase Fraser. And Adamson will just chuck it down the floor. And we got a penalty coming up here to Allegany. And they'll just let this ball stay free and try to kill some clock. And it'll be a too many men call. And Billy D. Smith, not a fan.
Yeah, and he has a word with the official coming over to explain the call, but not an ideal start, we'll say, for the Arrows. Had their look on the power play. The Pios look to go the other way in transition and ends up taking their team off the power play. So
4-on-4 for 57. Jones and Benesh will work the near side. Jones clears. Benesh rolls underneath. And now a seal pick from Jones. One more. Benesh trying to get open. Flips it to Jones. Reverse shot. Loose ball. Frank Brown picks it up. 2-on-1. Brown and Kluche. Frank Brown. Twister far side. And easily saved there by Del Bianco, who lets Frankie know he read him the whole way.
What a release. The twister looking like he's going short side, but sends it over to the glove side on Del Bianco.
Here's Jason Jones. He'll work with Bromley. Give it off to Pace. Works with Ryan Keith. Pace, shot, scores! He's got 4. Only had 2 coming in. And that's a big goal for the Pioneers to extend this lead back to 5, 12-7.
Yeah, between him and Mitch Jones, those have been the two guys that have been filling the net with consistency since last night. You just mentioned it right there. Tyler Pace with 1 goal going into last night's game. Only had 1, but it was a big goal for him and for the team in general. Gets that confidence going back in his stick. And between him and Mitch Jones, man, oh man, when those two guys are firing, it's a scary sight.
They've got 8 goals between them. 4 each. Here's Kluche, who's got 2. Got a man cutting down the middle. It's Whitcomb. Oh, and he went to go far side, short side, but put over top of the cage. Henare up ahead to Nate Clare. Did it again, Sam Clare. So now the Pioneers have a power play to work with. They've been very successful with the extra man. Jones will work off the Benesh pick, feed it to Pace. Skips it to Bromley. 1 more backside for Ray, and Martin went post to post to keep that out. 25 on the minor. Here's Benesh. It's it back. Now Jones and Pace play 1-2. Backhand flip Benesh. Bouncer far side doesn't connect. And this will be over and back on Ladner. There's just 9 seconds remaining on the minor.
The ball movement on that power play was unbelievable. Just the definition of tic-tac-toe, and Ray just can't put it home, but my goodness.
Here's Kettle being worked over by Rittinger on the far side. And he has his helmet knocked off. Penalty coming. And a lot of heavy whistles from Mark Smith. It'll be a roughing call on Keegan Rittinger. And the reason the whistle was blown is because Kettle kept on playing without the helmet. And so another power play chance here for Allegany.
That's kind of a player's dream to be able to lose your helmet and Maybe get a picture with you still in the action.
Making it look mean like old school lacrosse.
That's what I'm saying.
Doing their best Art Webster, Tyson Lies impression. Fraser, top of the power play. Backhand flip, Atwood. Atwood shooting, save Del Bianco, and that's just textbook by Irving and Del Bianco to create the angle that was well read. Now here's Barker. Get it off to Hanare. Atwood and Irving still back down on the Pioneers' defensive zone. Hanare going to go for a run with 10 left on the shot clock. And Allegany not putting any pressure on the ball till late. And it'll be flipped to the corners. The shot clock will expire. Good job there by the Pioneers just to kill a 30.
And still within reach here for the Arrows as well. But you got to dial it in here. The first thing you can take care of is a power play goal. So you got to bear down. Remember, they've had their looks, just have not been able to get as many on target as they would like to. So got to start off with something big here.
Lane Smith to Atwood. Backhand flip, Fraser. Tried to pull it short side, just missed. And it'll bounce into the Pioneers bench. And again, the way that the defensive box for the Pioneers plays in front of Christian Del Bianco just kind of leads players to have to shoot where the lane is, but that's exactly where they want you to shoot.
And when you have someone like Del Bianco who's so good with that breakout pass, your shot selection is huge, right? If you put it somewhere where he's going to be able to get a clean handle, I mean, that's essentially a breakaway opportunity that you're giving away with that one shot.
10 seconds on the shot clock, 35 on the penalty. Pace far side, couldn't handle the pass. And Darius Anderson will find it here for Allegany. So short time here for the power play. Kluche will set it up with Becker, Smith, Fraser, and the late man is Whitcomb. Backhand flip, Smith, shot, missed. And it won't hit the rafters, but it'll go up and out of play into the penalty box. And there's a couple balls on the turf here. Fraser slowly making his way off the floor as the penalty comes to an end. Back to 5 aside. Five minutes gone here in the third. 5-goal game for the Pioneers. Jones to Pace. Tucks it, drives underneath. Shot, left leg save, and bodies collapsing in the middle. And that's Jason Jones and I believe Leo Sturos getting reacquainted. And I love Chase Martin always with the I've got it fake. Just trying to confuse people of where the ball is on the breakout. Oh, a heavy chop there on Kluche by Jensen, no call. Skip it, Amos Whitcomb inside. Oh, what a good look there for Janice. But again, Del Bianco makes the save. Now running is Jake Carey. He'll bang into the corner to Ryan Keith. And Carey now will have to scurry off the floor. Oh, Mitch Jones with a ball cut. Oh, glove save there by Chase Martin. That's a timely save for the Arrows keeper. Pace, late man on. Fresh 30 working. Here's Mitch Jones. Back to James Ray. And now Ryan Keith. Jones and Benesh will work a two-man game. Pace was open in the middle. It was knocked down by a stick of George. And they'll say Pace ran through the crease. Whitcomb to Fraser. And slowly on the floor comes Chris Atwood, trying to get underneath. Penalty coming. This is going to be a call on Rittinger. And then the turnover will bring the whistle. And another power play opportunity for Allegany to try to get back in this game, Tino.
Yeah, now, I mean, we go over to the Ladner coaching staff, like for their perspective, and now they got to be telling their guys, like, don't give this game back. We've been in a commanding position now. You know, this is a close game once again, and we're kind of just giving them power plays, we're not moving our feet. We're getting frustrated with the looks that we're not getting.
And there's a high shot.
Just you don't want to rely. I mean, if there's a goaltender to rely on, Del Bianco is one of the best. But you don't want to put yourself in a position where you need to rely on him.
Henare has a break. Nathan Henare trying to go 5-hole. And they're going to call this a goal for Nate Henare. As he got Chase Martin leaning and shot 5-hole, but unfortunately for Martin, his momentum kind of took him backwards. He lost possession of the ball and ended up across the goal line. And Henare has his second of the tournament, first of the game, and it's the biggest lead of the game at 6.
Yeah, and I think they're going to say there, because the net kind of came off due to Martin falling backwards, the ball and his stick were over the goal line. Just a game of inches here, and don't discredit that goal. That's a huge one for Ladner to keep some things going in their favor.
People wondering, did Six Nations wake up the Ladner Pioneers with that game last night? Kluche, Atwood couldn't handle it. And now Claire spins through trouble. Up ahead, James Ray turned aside with a nice save. Oh, and Claire couldn't find the rebound. Battling for it with Frank Brown. And Frank Brown going to run on this one with a good leg speed. He'll give it to Atwood. Brown going to stay in play here. Atwood won't force the shot. Give it off to Kluche. Fraser. Shoulder save Del Bianco. Numbers up ahead. Adamson. And the Ladner Pioneers bench saying just to settle things down, is under 30 left on the minor to Keegan Rittinger. Taylor gives a couple cross checks to Jason Jones. Ray trying to post up in the middle of the Arrows defense. And then that pass is nicely picked off by Williams.
James Ray trying to post up and just make his stick available.
Just like a power forward in basketball. Feed the big man. And Rittinger out of the box. Kluche scores! Give him 3. And Tino, you talked about Mitch Jones kind of always keeping his stick in one spot, not letting the goalie know where he was shooting. That time, Chris Kluche kind of clutched about 2-3 times, and that way Christian Del Bianco doesn't really know when and where he's going to shoot. He's able to put it far side past the Pioneers goaltender, make it back to a 5-goal game.
Yeah, when the release point changes 2 or 3 different times in the same player's stick, it's almost like the goaltender, you can read the play as much as you're able to, but you are sort of left guessing there a little bit when they're able to change it that quickly.
Thornberry wins the draw. Here comes Fraser. Oh, he tried to bring it back on the elevator short side corner. Oh, and a nice play there by Pace to knock his man off the loose ball. And it'll fall to Leo Sturos. Are they going to say that Del Bianco got a piece of that one? They are, so no over and back, obviously, and a fresh 30. Here's Janice. Lane Smith in the far corner. Inside, Becker couldn't handle it. 10 on the shot clock. Fraser battling for the loose ball. He gets roughed up in the corner. Rittinger bodies his man. And Ladner Wise is not going to take an interference call. And Becker can't get the shot off. And Ladner will head up the floor with Nick Jensen.
A lot less extracurriculars in this period so far for the Arrows.
Yeah, I think they realize that if they're going to win this game, they can't be doing the silly stuff. Jason Jones drives and dives, save Martin, loose ball. And Jones runs through the crease, so it'll be Arrows possession. Frank Brown up ahead. Slow numbers here for the Arrows. Sprinting off hard is Whitcomb. Kluche, late man is Kettle. It's pushed off there by Davidson. Now Atwood, Brown open in the middle. Backhander, oh, and he put it wide. He was past his shooting angle, and the only option he really had was to throw the backy. But he put it wide out of play, and that will give both goaltenders a chance to grab some high-quality H2O.
Waterboy reference.
Hey,
we got
Tino!
there. We got there. Yeah, baby. I'm not going to miss that one. We're so back. We're so back.
I had someone ask me if I was just going to make a list of all the movies you haven't seen and try to stump you all tournament long.
You could, I'm telling you, man, like some of the most iconic movies, I have not seen them. I'm not a movie guy. I'm named after a character in The Godfather. Haven't seen a single one of the movies. And I come from a big Italian family. Titanic, never seen it.
That's overrated.
Okay, so
the ship sinks. The lady doesn't save Leo.
There was room available on the door.
Yeah. So under 10 to play here. 5-goal game, 13-8. Shot 60-37. Man, this tournament, like usually if your team's getting up into the 40s, you're putting a lot of shots on target. I think at least once or twice a day, a team is getting up into the 60s. And might have had some ice spill or something spilled in front of the Allegany bench there.
The rare turf wipe. Didn't we see a team get up to 70 yesterday?
Yeah.
Wasn't it Allegany?
Yeah. Against Standing Buffalo.
Remember when I said I don't know what day it is, where we are?
You're brilliant, Tino. Don't let me tell you you're not. Here come the Pioneers. Pace to Jones. Shot, save Martin. Can he corral the loose ball? No, but it's nicely picked up there by a defender in front. Now it's Jay Thornbear legging up the floor. Slow double comes. Oh, and a nice yard sale check there from Bromley. Up ahead. Hanare won't get the pass. It'll be Ryan Benesh with it, though.
There's another one of the benefits of Spencer Bromley being on your team. A little bit of everything. He's a water bug and goes back on the back check that time around. What an effort.
Pace gets a pick from Keith. Keeps his feet moving. Oh, he tried to bounce it short side. And I think a penalty is going to come here as a defender fell on top of Tyler Pace. And so the Pioneers will head back to the power play here, as that's Darius Anderson, who will sit for 2 or less.
And Pace, I mean, you said it right there, just keeping your feet moving. You know, so many people, once they're being grabbed onto like that, it's almost just reactionary to go with the momentum. You know, your feet kind of stay still, you fall forward, but if you are able to keep those feet moving, you have a higher chance of drawing the penalty, and that's exactly what happens. Tyler Pace continues to turn into a scoring chance, and now he puts his team on the power play.
Come the Pioneers. Pace and Jones. Jason Jones will set a seal for Pace. Back in the middle. One-timer. That tipped off the stick of Williams. And Ray will get a reset in the corner. Pace and Mitch Jones 1-2. Mitch Jones to Tyler Pace. Inside to Benesh. Couldn't find the pass. Loose ball falls to Jason Jones. 15 on the shot clock. Mitch Jones. Shot off the post. And this will go all the way down to Christian Del Bianco. Quickly out of the cage as he often does.
That's another one of those ones from Jones where, again, like his stick position isn't really moving. He's just kind of backpedaling until he sees a lane that he likes and just narrowly misses.
Yeah, and he can, with his release, he can pull it far side or push it far side, pull it short. Here's Jones to Pace. Skip it, one-timer, Jason Jones. What a save by Martin. He's able to get back to his feet. Good skip pass from Pace to Jason Jones. Now Mitch Jones to Pace. One more, Benesh! That was beautiful from the Pioneers play-by-play. Nope, power play.
Just giving yourself a pat on the back. What a great call by the play-by-play guy. No, but Ryan Benesh has been snake-bitten in this tournament, I would say. You know what I mean? Like, he's had some shots that normally he's dialed in, going just under the bar, or, you know, finding the little bit of room needed to be able to get it past the goaltender. Maybe that's one that he needs, right? A one-timer into essentially a wide-open net. He is not going to miss one like that. And all he needs is one, right? We've seen what it's done for Tyler Pace. We saw what it did for Mitch Jones last night, how their confidence is clearly rolling. And if Ryan Benesh can get in on that action, things are just going to continue to look better and better.
There's a shot from Fraser. Del Bianco down to make that save. And here comes Ladner, but they're going to throw it away. And they're going to say it went off Arrows player and into their bench. So fortuitous there for Ladner. There's Jones. Skips it to Ryan Keith. Back to Mitch Jones. 15 on the shot clock. Jones gets a pick from Benesh. Gets it right back, and Ryan Keith a little too aggressive as Jones put the shot in late after the whistle. Here's Janice. A little speed. Here comes a slide. That was Owen Barker looking for the hit. Lane Smith with a bouncer, turned aside by Del Bianco. Nice loose ball in the corner by Kluche. And he'll drive from behind, and again Del Bianco with the save. And Kluche gives Travis Irving a little cross check to the low back.
Oh.
And then bodies coming together on the bench. And Kluche gets a hand up in the face of Irving. You can see Matt Beers on the bench saying, get away, don't get involved. And let's see what the call's going to be here, because this is dangerous in the change box, Tino, and depending on what they call, we could see an ejection here.
And it's another one, like we got to get better at closing the doors here. I know you're trying to send guys out, but man, oh man, both gates right where the bodies are coming in, wide open. And I think there was a Ladner player that kind of got pushed in, not too dangerously where it's overly aggressive, but
no penalties called, just a minor interference. Standing Buffalo players in that far corner getting ready for their game coming up next against the Six Nations Rivermen. And this is going to be a penalty as Xavier Taylor got his stick up high in Benesh. Nothing really ill-intended about that one, just a little bit careless. Benesh skips it, Pace, over to Bromley. Missed it. I don't even know what that was. And let's see what the call here is. Taylor making his way off the floor. Well, it's going to be a 5-minute illegal cross-check, and with 6:07 remaining, that could pretty much be the sealing deal for this Arrows team, as Ladner looks to improve to 3-1 and hand the Arrows their first loss.
And Ryan Benesh has been involved everywhere in this game. He got a goal a couple minutes ago, was mixing it up with Sturos earlier.
Remember, he didn't play last night in that game, so he might have a little freshness. Oh, Jonesy rang that one off the junction past Martin, but stays out. Up ahead, Anderson trying to catch it over his shoulder, and he'll go into the penalty box.
It doesn't even seem like he's shooting it that hard. And it still just fires out of his stick. So perfectly placed.
Ray, Pace, Jones, Bromley, Benesh. Mitch Jones top center. Plays 1-2 with Pace. Backhand flip Benesh. Shot short side, turned aside by Martin. And Ryan Benesh will stop it right before center. Just letting the clock slowly wind down here. Jones, backhand feed Bromley. Benesh takes a chop. Pace. Jones. Backhand flip Bromley. Back to Jones. 13 on the shot clock. Pace, drag, shot, score. And Tyler Pace has a 5 spot. Another power play goal here for the Pioneers, and that truly has been the difference in this game, is their success and productiveness up a man.
Yeah, their shooters are finding room. They're getting their hands free. They're going to work in transition. Like your point from a couple minutes ago when you said, or you relayed the question from some people wondering if, Six Nations kind of poking the bear a little bit last night was enough to wake up this Pioneers team, and it seems to be accurate. They seem like, their transition looks good. Del Bianco, hasn't looked bad at all in this tournament. He's been the consistent factor, but their offense is looking good. Their defense is strong and heavy.
Here comes Chase Fraser. Fraser, as there's still a man down here. Fraser taking a few chops. Gets to the middle of the floor, shot, and then pulled down by Claire. And this will bring us to some 4-on-4 lacrosse, and Fraser none too pleased. And let's see what the call is here. It was almost like a bit of a horse collar. And we're just waiting for Saratuck to make the official call here of what the penalty is going to be.
Yeah, it looked like Claire just grabbed the collar of the back of his jersey. Little whiplash, I would imagine, for Chase Fraser.
So while we wait for the call, and barring a catastrophic collapse here by the Pioneers, Allegany will move to 4-1. Ladner will move to 3-1. They'll be tied with Edmonton at 3-1. Edmonton will have the tiebreaker over Ladner in head-to-head. Snake Island sits at 2-1. Six Nations 1-3. Standing Buffalo 1-3. Victoria 0-4 are the standings here from the President's Cup. Thanks for tuning in. Tino Farad, Teddy Jenner, BC Sports TV. Tino and Jake will have the call for the next game between Standing Buffalo and Six Nations.
And you're going to go try to find a chiropractor.
I'm going to try to find something.
Maybe that's the next request we should put out if anybody in the local area knows a chiropractor.
I'd even take a nice hour-long massage. If you're listening, let me
Teddy?
know.
George.
Yeah, Georgie definitely deserves it. Guy's standing, working the hips. So 4-on-4 for a couple minutes here. Kluche to Janice. Gets underneath, tries, dives, trying to go far side, and again Del Bianco with a nice textbook sliding save. Janice battling, as is Rittinger. And Rittinger will flip it up ahead to Nathan Hanare. And timeout called here by the Pioneers. And they are going to give Christian Del Bianco the rest of the game off, and that's probably pretty smart, as the Pioneers are going to have another game here tonight. So Matt Hills will come in, and this literally is the first time Christian Del Bianco has not played a minute in this tournament. So let's see what Hills can do in the Final Four.
And if you're Ladner, do you start Hills for the later game tonight, or do you put Del Bianco back in?
I don't know. It's a good question, Tino. I think knowing Christian Del Bianco, he doesn't ever really like coming out of games and doesn't like not playing games. And now that they're going to have this victory over Allegany, that's a tiebreaker, right? So they want to try to push for first overall, get that #1 seed. So I have a feeling that Delbs will go into his cryo chamber and get some rejuvenated air and be back between the pipes for the game against Victoria. And if it goes their way, I could see them giving him some rest halfway through. So 4-on-4 here still for 1:20. Mitch and Jason Jones on the near side. Ryan Keith and James Ray on the far side. And Jones blows up Williams, and then a late shot. That one wasn't appreciated by the Allegany defender.
That feels like a little bit of game management here from the officials as well.
Yeah.
I don't think Ryan Keith would have got a penalty had he not just taken the Woody to the head as some retaliation. So just to try to keep things settled, send them both to the box.
And they're going to give possession here to Ladner. It'll be 3-on-3 lacrosse, I believe. And the Arrows coaching staff, none too pleased with the officials.
But it is the right call if that game management is what's going on here, because the first play is Ryan Keith taking the shot. That's the first penalty. The second one comes from the Arrows player. Gives possession back to Ladner.
Yep. And they're just going to say they're offsetting minors, so it'll stay 4-on-4. 3:46 remaining. Pace, Ray, Benesh, Mitch Jones. Slow and methodical here for the Pioneers. Just kill some clock, little North Carolina four-corner offense. Pace, watched there by Darius Anderson. Flips it to Ray, shot. Nice save there from Chase Martin. Loose ball, Geddes has it, and he's gonna try to run past Mitch Jones. Got a man up ahead. And good job by the Pioneers forwards to get off the floor. Matt Beers telling Benesh to get off and let the D do their thing.
A good read by Mitch Jones as well. Just slow up the transition, but he's still near the bench, so doesn't have to follow him. Just slow things down a little bit.
Fraser, watch there by Hanare. Oh, a little cheeky one hand behind the back. Doesn't make it on target. Late in the 30. Kluche on target. Nice save there by Hills.
Not bad first save on Chris Kluche.
Yeah. And now a penalty coming. And this was a little chop as Kettle was coming off the floor. And Kettle has some words for the official as he comes into the penalty box. And Mitch Jones comes right over to the Allegheny penalty box and has some words with Taylor, Jensen, and Kettle. And just referees conferring with each other, not a penalty shot because the two minors were offsetting. Claire is out of the box, so 4-on-3 here for Ladner for a minute 15. And Xavier Taylor still in the box, serving his 5-minute major for high sticking. Benesh, Ray, Pace, and Jones. Claire will play center field. Pace to Benesh. Nice save by Chase Martin as Benesh tried the one-timer and then takes a slash from Martin. Jones to Pace. Ray, Jones, scores. Give him 5, and he points right to the penalty box, and they're going to give an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for it, and he don't mind that.
And for those who are unable or are able to, I guess I should say, read lips, the chirp he says going to the box was, "That's a good call." Big smile on the face of Mitch Jones. He knows what he's doing.
So now it is 3-on-4, but our play will start here with Chase, Fraser, and Allegheny. Janice out there, as is Becker, as we're under 2 minutes to play here. And I'm not sure why Xavier Taylor's trying to come out of the box.
Wouldn't you?
Wonder why he's coming out of the box or want to get out of the box?
Want to get out of the box.
I always want to get out of the box. It's usually penalties I took were not the favorite of my coach, Walt Christensen.
Classic O-guy penalties.
Yeah. Jones and Taylor still chirping in the box. And we're going to say 4-on-4. I'm not sure why, but we'll go with it. Becker flips it. Janice, pass too high for him. Up top, Becker tucks it, flips it to Lane Smith, spins, takes a hit. Good slide there from Davidson. And then a shot from Janice and a nice save from Hills. Davidson kicking it free. He'll pick up that loose ball and carry it up to center with a minute 20 remaining in this one. Ray will run to space. Watch there by Sherman Williams. And give it off to Tyler Pace. And now literally the official just turned back to the timekeeper's bench and said, "What is going on here?" No idea myself.
Day 3. No, day 4.
There you go. Under a minute to go. Fraser. Somebody's got to be let out of the box here. Kettle will jump over. And so now we're going to go 3 on 4 here. No, 4 on 5. As we're in the final 15 seconds of this one. Irving out the front door, making sure nothing silly happens. And a full defensive shift here for the Pioneers. And the officials just say, keep the clock running. And an emphatic 16-8 victory for Ladner over Allegany. Jones and Pace lead the way with 5 goals each. Chris Kluche had a hat trick for Allegany. They didn't quite get to 70, Tino. Nice. So the teams will shake hands. We'll get you our MVPs of the game and get you on your way as we got, what, a little under an hour before the next game between Six Nations and Standing Buffalo. It was a close game until it wasn't, as Allegany will fall to 4-1. Ladner improves to 3-1, tied in second with Edmonton. As the players go through the handshake line.
Prediction for MVPs?
I'm going to go Tyler Pace. And I think they're trying not to pick people twice. And I'm pretty sure Kluche's won one. So I'm going to say Lane Smith had a couple goals. Chase Martin had a great game, but I think he's won one already.
If we're going for a sleeper pick,
Yeah, give it to me.
Frank Brown.
Yeah, okay.
He's had a strong showing defensively. He's looked
Yeah.
dangerous in transition.
Indeed.
Fan favorite.
Family favorite as well. They'll have to come over and let people know who their MVPs are again. Coaches pick their own MVPs. And Billy D. Smith looking through his lineup card. Let them know who their MVP is for the Arrows.
I couldn't read lips as good that time. Trying to get some insider info.
Better zoom in on Billy. You're going to want to read his lips. And I don't think we have Ladner's player of the game yet. And it's Chase Martin, the goaltender, number 93. Maybe they don't try and pick guys who haven't won it, but Chase Martin, another solid game. Gave up 16 on 69 shots and really kept this game closer than what it could have been. And for the Pioneers, it is Tyler Pace, a 5-goal night for Pace. He came into this game with only 2, and his best game in the tournament for T. Pace. So that'll do it from the LLC. Game 1 of day 4. Ladner wins at 16-8. They outshoot Allegany 69-42. For our entire BC Sports crew, TV crew, for George, for Tino, my name's Teddy. Jake and Tino will be back for Six Nations Standing Buffalo at the top of the hour. You've been watching the 2024 President